What is this? New Year just started, and King Charles is already putting hands on Rocky. So what happened? Did Rocky slip back into his old attitude, or did he cross a line nobody saw? And then it gets worse. Flower Dog jumps in too. Now it's not just correction, it's a message. I know it looks brutal, but in a shelter, nothing like this happens by accident. No grudges, no emotions, just rules and consequences. Rocky didn't get hit because it's a new year. He got hit because the system doesn't reset when the calendar does. This is how the shelter really works. No excuses, no mercy, just order. If you want to understand why this happened, don't guess. Watch the full breakdowns on my channel. Happy New Year, Pawble fam. Same rules, same truth.
I honestly thought Rocky was past this stage. There were moments where King Charles corrected Flower Dog and Rocky backed him up. That usually means alignment, trust. So why is Rocky suddenly back on the receiving end? That's probably the same question a lot of you are asking, especially if you're new here. Don't worry. In the next chapters, we're breaking this down step by step. No myths, no emotions, just real analysis of why King Charles is targeting Rocky again and what everyone missed. Watch until the end.
Why did King Charles correct Rocky again after tolerating him? Here's the first thing humans get wrong. Tolerance is not acceptance. King Charles allowing Rocky to exist near him before does not mean Rocky earned trust. In canine hierarchy, tolerance is a probation period. It's observation time. KC wasn't rewarding Rocky, he was watching him under pressure. And Rocky passed only one layer of evaluation, restraint. But leadership is not just about not causing trouble. It's about how your presence shapes others. Over time, Rocky's posture, positioning, and timing began to change, not aggressively, subtly. And subtle shifts are more dangerous than loud ones. King Charles doesn't correct dogs for what they've done, he corrects them for what they are becoming. That's why the correction feels sudden to humans. But to KC, this wasn't a reset, it was a continuation. Rocky didn't fall from grace, he simply reached the next level of expectation and failed it. Did Rocky actually do something wrong? This is where human thinking collapses. Humans look for incidents, dogs look for patterns. Rocky didn't explode, he didn't challenge directly, and that's exactly why this matters. In structured canine systems, the most dangerous behavior isn't rebellion, it's influence without permission. Rocky began mirroring authority behaviors without being assigned authority. Standing where KC stands, moving when KC moves, correcting energy before KC does. These are not crimes in human eyes, but in pack logic, that's imitation without rank. King Charles does not punish emotion, he regulates roles. And when a dog begins to operate outside their role, even calmly, the correction must be sharp enough to reset the system. Rocky wasn't wrong in action, he was wrong in direction. And direction matters more than momentary behavior. Why is Flower Dog treated differently than Rocky? Because King Charles does not enforce equality, he enforces clarity. Flower Dog is expressive, reactive, and emotionally readable. Rocky is restrained, observant, and calculating. Those are not moral judgments, they are risk assessments. A loud dog is predictable, a quiet dog with ambition is not. Flower Dog's corrections are often situational, noise control, boundary checks, emotional regulation. Rocky's corrections are structural. KC is not reacting to energy spikes, he's correcting trajectory. That's why Flower Dog can receive frequent but lighter discipline, while Rocky gets fewer but heavier interventions. Different dogs threaten stability in different ways. KC adapts enforcement based on impact, not sympathy. Humans call that unfair, dogs call it intelligence. Why do the corrections look harsher now? Because Rocky rose, and rising changes everything. Early stage dogs are corrected softly because their influence is limited. But once a dog gains visibility, every movement becomes instructional to others. KC understands something humans refuse to accept. Higher position means lower margin for error. When Rocky began appearing aligned with KC in earlier clips, that raised his perceived status in the shelter. And once status rises, discipline must scale with it, not to punish, but to prevent imitation. A high-status dog making subtle mistakes is far more dangerous than a low-status dog making loud ones. The correction looks harsher because the responsibility is heavier. This is not cruelty. It's containment.
Is this about dominance or control of influence? This is not dominance theater. This is influence management. Dominance controls bodies. Leadership controls behavior before bodies collide. KC does not need to prove strength. That was settled long ago. What he manages now is narrative. Who others look to, who sets tone, who moves first. Rocky began occupying psychological space that wasn't his to occupy yet. That's why the correction wasn't prolonged. It was decisive. One message, no debate. KC didn't need to win a fight. He needed to erase confusion, and confusion is the enemy of order. Why does King Charles allow chaos before acting? Because premature correction creates resistance. KC waits, not because he's passive, but because he's collecting confirmation. He watches how others react, who hesitates, who aligns, who escalates. Chaos reveals intent faster than calm ever could. Once intent is clear, the correction becomes surgical. That's why his interventions look sudden to humans. They aren't reactions, they're conclusions. King Charles does not interrupt uncertainty, he ends it. What is Rocky's true position right now? Rocky is capable but unapproved. That's the most dangerous position in any hierarchy. He has restraint, awareness, and confidence, but not authorization. King Charles isn't destroying Rocky, he's testing whether Rocky can accept limits without resentment. Submission after correction determines future rank more than behavior before it. What happens next matters more than what already happened. This is not an ending, it's an evaluation checkpoint. What are humans completely missing about this? Humans project emotion where systems exist. They see anger. KC sees structure. They see cruelty. KC sees prevention. This isn't about liking Rocky or disliking him. Dogs don't lead with sentiment. They lead with stability. And stability demands uncomfortable decisions. The real lesson here isn't about dogs. It's about leadership without ego, correction without hatred, order without noise. That's what humans fail to understand, and why they misread King Charles every single time.